Welcome if you're watching on Facebook, on Instagram, up on YouTube, wherever you are watching. I recommend the Facebook, of course. The Facebook feed is the best place. And I would encourage you as well to always respond to us via Facebook. I am here, 1 800 520 1234. In this first hour, I'll be joined by Dr. Michael Oren at the end of it. I just want to direct my message to Senate Republicans. You have three leaders: Senator Mitch McConnell, Treasury Secretary Mnuchin, and Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Let McConnell, Mnuchin, and Meadows figure it out. This is not the time to play Scrooge. Yeah, I understand that at yesterday's caucus, we had some grandstanding, and some Republicans are worried about the deficit, and they don't want to pass phase 4. You are out of your mind, and you will be in the minority for the rest of your life, and the country will change radically. The Senate is the line on which every Democrat crazy dream breaks. They do want to spend a lot of money right now, and we need to spend some of that money. But we don't go into the election playing Scrooge. And so pass the unemployment extension, pass the expanded PPP, insist on the liability protection, and insist on the defense spending, and get it done. The difference between $1 trillion and $3 trillion at this point is nothing. We have a $26 trillion debt. It's enormous. It will require entitlement reform and many changes. But the crisis is almost over, and the country is almost ready to reopen broadly. It is reopening slowly as Americans figure it out for themselves because the government is confounded everywhere it goes. Remember in Harry Potter, the confunding curse? That's like every state government's got the confunding curse on it. They don't know what to do. But Americans are figuring it out. But a lot of them need not $600 extra. There needs to be unemployment extension and some additional benefit for people who cannot find work. But you need to expand the payroll protection program that was designed by Susan Collins and Marco Rubio. And if we're going to have senators of the year, it's Susan Collins and Marco Rubio. Susan Collins of Maine, Marco Rubio, Florida. They figured out what has saved, I don't know, millions of jobs because it went right to small businesses. That can be extended. That should be expanded, in fact. It did not reach far enough. It cut too many people off. Too many businesses got caught between no loan window at the Federal Reserve for which they could qualify and too big for PPP. So PPP needs to be expanded. Mitch is absolutely right. He always is. He always tells you exactly what his number one priority is, and it is always truly his number one priority, which is liability protection for 5 years so we can get out of this. And we need the DOD because we've got China. Then I need everyone on the Republican side to memorize, say it, repeat after me: confronting China, the military rebuild, judges, tax cut, 3.5% unemployment, deregulation, repeal of the Clean Power Regs, repeal of the 404 reg, exit from the Iran deal, exit from the Paris Accord, move the embassy to Jerusalem, approve the annexation of Golan Heights, kill Soleimani, kill al-Baghdadi, destroy ISIS, justice reform, VA reform, PPP, the wall, exposing the left as crazy people, exposing the press as an arm of the left. GOP is a fighting party now, and patriotism. That's the list of achievements that Donald Trump has put on the board, and Republicans need to go out and talk about them. They don't need to be in D.C. debating about another trillion that Americans don't care about. They care about unemployment insurance, extension of PPP. They do not want to get sued. Mitch has got the zero right over the target, and they want their military built. They know that China is the existential menace. Trump has reframed the question. Trump did that. Trump, with the assistance of Pompeo and Pence and Robert O'Brien and A.G. Barr and Christopher Wray, they have reframed the question. We know that China is the enemy. So we need clarity and consistency in delivering the message. We do not need speeches in conference about the debt. We don't. We need to spend the money and get this done. So McConnell, Mnuchin, and Meadows need to get a little proxy statement from everybody. They should take Susan Collins and Marco Rubio with them. Those 5 people should sit down with the House. Maybe Jim Inhofe, who's joining me later today because he's with Defense. That's the A team. Those 5 people. All right? 6 people. Half dozen people from the Republican side. Mnuchin, Meadows, McConnell, Susan Collins, Marco Rubio, James Inhofe. Send them over, hammer out the deal, and then the rest of you just learn the list. Confronting China, the military rebuild. Remember, Obama left us the empty cupboard at $662 billion for the military. It's up to $721 billion this year and going higher. 2 Supreme Court justices, 53 appeals court justices, 144 district court judges, 21 specialty court judges. The massive tax cuts that benefited everyone, the 3.5% unemployment until China gave us the virus. Deregulation across the board. It's not just at EPA with the Clean Power Plan gone and the Clean Water Act regs redone. Not just getting out of the Iran deal, which was subsidizing terrorism and appeasement. Not just exiting the Paris Accords where we were just throwing money away. Not just blessing the embassy move. Israel was going to do it anyway. Their capital is Jerusalem anyway. We just recognized with the world, and there was no riot. We did bless the Golan Heights, and we're going to bless. We have a Middle East peace plan. Jared's plan's a good plan. Killing Soleimani was the bravest thing that an American president has done, the boldest thing an American president has done in 30 years, and in bravo. Killing al-Baghdadi was as difficult as finding and killing bin Laden. Wiping out ISIS. Remember Obama dizzard? Obama pulled out of Iraq. ISIS arose. We had not made progress. And then we got the hell out of Syria. Justice reform. The black vote may be on the table in a larger number than before, and if it is, it's because President Trump signed justice reform. VA reform. He delivered. The PPP I've already talked about saved this country. Susan Collins and Marco Rubio saved this country when the Senate adopted that. The wall is being built. Halfway done, it'll get done in the second term. He has exposed the left as just crazy. You saw that Judiciary Committee meeting yesterday. Just crazy. He has exposed the press. Everybody knows. You can't turn on CNN. You can't turn on MSNBC. You can't turn on the networks except for Fox. And even Fox is halfway off its rocker now without realizing that's not the world we live in. That's the elite media's view of you. And they have nothing but searing contempt for you. And they have nothing but an arrogant, misplaced self-confidence in their understanding and intelligence. And it's ironic, they don't read. They actually do not read. They're dummies, just dummies. The GOP has become a fighting party. They won't be outspent. They refuse to be put in the corner of Scrooge until yesterday when they broke up the talks because apparently the old Scrooge instinct returned among a couple of Republicans who don't like their majority in the Senate. And by God, patriotism is back, at least on the Republican side. They're proud of this country and proud of what it does around the world. So listen, Senate GOP, this is a monologue for 53 people, half of whom don't need it, but half of whom apparently have forgotten they're going to get wiped out if they do not get with the program. We are this close to a virus vaccine, this close. Get us there over the next 3 months and all will be well. What do you think?